Hi, my name is Michelle Hackman, and today I'll be telling you the story about Noah. One day there was a man named Noah. Noah was a righteous man and walked faithfully in God. One day God saw how bad the people on earth were becoming and wanted to make flood waters for 40 days and 40 nights. Then after, God told Noah to build an ark. When Noah finished building the ark, God told Noah to take all kinds of animals with him. For example, the horses, the tigers, the lions, the rabbits, the elephants, and all types of animals. Noah did exactly what God told him to. And him, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives all entered the ark with the animals. When they entered the ark, God shut the ark closed. It started raining so hard that the flood waters started becoming bigger and bigger. And the flood waters even reached the mountains. After the 40 days and the 40 nights, the flood waters started decreasing little by little. When they started decreasing little by little, at a point, Noah sent out a dove. The dove kept flying around because it had nowhere to perch. Then after, Noah waited 7 days later and sent out the dove again. This time, it came back with a leaf in its beak. Noah waited again 7 days and sent out the dove once again. This time, it did not return to him. God told Noah that he could finally come out of the ark. And when Noah came out the ark, he came out with everyone in his family and all the animals. When Noah came out of the ark, he built an altar to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings. Then after, God smelled the sweet aroma and said, "Never again will I destroy all living creatures on earth." Describes of when you see a rainbow. When you see a rainbow, it means that God will never destroy humans as He promised. Thank you for listening to my story.
Welcome to Bible Trivia. This time, we'll be asking questions about Noah's Ark. The first question for 100 points. How many of each animal did God command Noah to bring on the ark? Was it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4? The answer is B. God commanded Noah to bring 2 of each animal onto the ark. The next question for 200 points. How would the Lord destroy mankind? A, by flood, B, by earthquake, C, by fire, or D, by starvation? The answer is A. The Lord would destroy mankind by flood. The next question for 300,000 points. Whew. How old was Noah when the flood began? Was he A, 80 years old, B, 100 years old, C, 400 years old, or D, 600 years old? The answer is D. Noah was 600 years old when the flood began. The next question for 4,001 points. How long did it rain for? Is the answer A, 40 days and 40 nights, B, 150 days and 150 nights, C, 80 days and 80 nights, or D, 900 days and 900 nights? The answer is A. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. The next question for 0 points. How many people were on the ark? Was it A, 2 people, B, 4 people, C, 6 people, or D, 8 people? The answer is D. There were 8 people on the ark. The next question for lots of points. What animal did Noah send out to see if the land was dry? Was it A, a lamb, B, an eagle, C, an owl, or D, a dove? The answer is D. Noah sent out a dove to see if the land was dry. The next question for 700 points. God made a promise to never again send a flood to destroy the earth. What was the symbol of this promise? Was it A, a dove, B, a rainbow, C, a cloud, or D, a star? The answer is B. The symbol of God's promise was a rainbow. The next question for 10,000 points. How old was Noah when he died? Was he A, 650 years old, B, 850 years old, C, 950 years old, or D, over 1,000 years old? The answer is C. Noah was 950 years old when he died. The next question for 5.5 points. The last time the dove returned, what did she have in her beak? Was it A, a pebble, B, a worm, C, an olive branch, or D, a ribbon? The answer is C. The last time the dove returned, she had an olive branch in her beak. And the final question for 100,000 points. How many birds of each kind did Noah bring onto the ark? Was it A, 10, B, 7, C, 2, or D, 4? The answer is B. Noah brought 7 of each kind of bird onto the ark. Thanks for playing Bible Trivia. We hope you'll play again soon. It's time for Bible Trivia. This time we'll be asking questions about animals. The first question for 100 points. In the Garden of Eden, what animal tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit? Was it A, a lion, B, a rat, C, a serpent, or D, a turkey? That's right, the animal that tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit was a serpent. The next question for 200 points. When David was a little boy, what kind of animals did he take care of? Was it A, cows, B, horses, C, pigs, or D, sheep? When David was a little boy, he took care of sheep. For 300 points. Because he prayed to God, Daniel was thrown into a den of what? Is it A, bears, B, lions, C, tigers, or D, vipers? Daniel was thrown into a den of lions for praying to God. Next question for 500 points. In his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, Jesus rode upon a what? Is it A, cow, B, a donkey, C, a horse, or D, a lion? Jesus rode upon a donkey in his triumphal entry into Jerusalem. The next question for 1,000 points. When Jesus was baptized, the Holy Spirit came down from heaven in the form of a bird. What was the bird? Was it A, a dove, B, an eagle, C, a pigeon, or D, a quail?